यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीर वनचारे जमुना तीर वनचारे गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीर जमुना तीर वनचारे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारे गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीर वनचारे जमुना तीर वनचारे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारे जय विश्वाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत His Divine Vision of Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Deputy Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Stottar Shata Srimad His Divine Vision of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण को कपिनयाथ श्याम सुंदर राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप प्रधान की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देव की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समावेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर परमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, canto 1st, chapter number 5, and text number 6 today. The Narada's instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Srimad Bhagavatam was not compiled yet, and Narad Muni, found out the complacencies in Srila Vyasadeva's mind, and he clarifies this. So it was naturally asked by confused Vyasadeva to reveal the secret of his despondency. So this sloka is glorifying the Supreme Lord and his pure devotee Narad Muni. So, how one can become pure devotee is also indicated in this particular verse. Savai bhavān veda samasta-guhyam upāsito yat puruṣaḥ purāṇaḥ para-avarareśo manasaiva viśvam sṛjaty avaty guṇair asaṅgaḥ savai bhavān veda samasta-guhyam upāsito yat puruṣaḥ purāṇaḥ para-avarareśo manasaiva viśvam sṛjaty avaty atti guṇair asaṅgaḥ savai bhavān veda samasta-guhyam upāsito yat puruṣaḥ purāṇaḥ para-avarareśo manasaiva viśvam sṛjaty avaty guṇair asaṅgaḥ. So, thus, why, certainly, bhavān, yourself, veda, no, samasta, all-inclusive, guhyam, confidential, upāsitaḥ, devotee of, yet, because puruṣaḥ, the personality of Godhead, purāṇaḥ, the oldest, para-avara-īśaḥ, the controller of the material and spiritual worlds, manasā, mind, eva, only, viśvam, the universe, sṛjati, creates, avati, atti, annihilates, guṇaiḥ, by qualitative matter, asaṅgaḥ, unattached. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. My Lord, everything that is mysterious is known to you because you worship the Creator and Destroyer of the material world and the maintainer of the spiritual world, the original personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to the three modes of material nature. A person who is 100% engaged in service of the Lord is emblem of all knowledge. Such a devotee of the Lord is in full perfection of the devotional service, is also perfect by qualification of the personality of Godhead. As such, the eightfold perfections of the mystic power, siddhis, constitute very little of his godly opulence. A devotee like Narad can act wonderfully by his spiritual perfection, which every individual is trying to attain. Srila Narad is a 100% perfect living being, although not equal to the personality of Godhead. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitan-yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jatapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavascha Sri Rupam Sāgrijatam Sahagana Raghunatham Nitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaha Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Savai bhavān veda samasta-guhyam upāsito yat puruṣaḥ purāṇaḥ. Parāvareśo manasaiva viśvam sṛjaty avaty guṇair asaṅgaḥ. My Lord, everything that is mysterious is known to you because you worship the Creator, the Destroyer of the world, material world, and the maintainer of the spiritual world. Originally, the original personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to the three modes of material nature. So here, Creator as well as Destroyer is understood because he has absolute right over there. But it is specifically said that the maintainer of the spiritual world. It means material world is maintained through Jiva Tattva. He doesn't involve himself. If you see, when in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bhumira paralo vayu khammano buddhi revacha ahaṅkāram iti me binna prakriti astada. But apare nitastvanyam prakriti vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Yaya idam dharyate jagat. Dharyate means to maintain. So Krishna gives all credits to Jiva to sustain the material world. And that liberty, we are not using it in correct context. We are suicidal in nature, destroying our own gift that Krishna has given. Yaya idam dharyate jagat. The jiva is his part and parcel, and it's responsible to sustain this material world. But it's also said that Krishna is the maintainer of the spiritual world, the original personality of Godhead. He loves spiritual world. So this is a temporary manifestation, and it leaves solely on our responsibility how to maintain. And we fail. Because most of us are ignorant. It's not that we are instrument only in destruction of this material world. But it is a fact. Krishna can sarvasya chaham radisannivishta mattah smrtityam apahoramcha. Forgetfulness also is given to us by mercy of Krishna. He is the remote cause, most remote cause, but immediate cause is we. And we blame somebody else. We think we have created this material world or little so-called institution. But you have to become aloof, because Krishna is not affected by gunasanga. Gunasanga. These gunas, three modes of material nature, they are actually cheating us. Because of this envy, it blocks everything, including transcendental knowledge, including our credits in spiritual activities. It blocks. Therefore, Krishna pinpointedly tell that ichchādvesa samuktena dvandvamohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sargayanti parantapa. It's out of hate and separate desire. The hate towards Krishna and separate desire to lord over material. So these are the real true causes of conflict or duality. Dvanda mohena bharata. Dvanda means duality. The sarva bhutani sammoham. Without exception, all the living beings, sargayanti parantapa, they come into the temporary creation, sustenance and dissolution. They expedite the dissolution. Otherwise, we are supposed to live for 435,000 years of Kali Yuga. We are subject of Kali Yuga. And how many times we'll repeat, coming back and forth? till Kalki comes. It's a long way to go. But we destroy ourselves, and Kalki's job is easy. Because of ignorance of our reality, ignorance is supplied. But Prabhupada said it is the misuse of minute independence, being individual, eternally individual. We become envious of Krishna by creating a separate desire to lord it over. And he was compelled to create this material world. But he is the most remote cause. He creates only 24 elements and sends Brahma to do visarga or complicated creations. Why Brahma was selected? Brahma was selected because he is the first living entity and he had to come to utilize his use of minute independence. But he was well conversant about the desire of the Lord, so he tried to protect. But again, he became victimized by his own controlling mode of Rajoguna. So these three gunas are very dangerous and they are constantly, putting us into trouble. There's a beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita, how we are being cheated by association of these three modes of material nature. We are being cheated and we do not realize. We think it is normal. We know prakriti kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasa ahankaram vimudhatma kartaram iti manyate. The living entity thinks himself to be karta. It is a false ego. He is compelled to do, because three modes of material nature are compelling him to do nefarious things. But he thinks ahankar. That's a false ego, false identification with the material nature, especially the gunas are dictating. So, how they are being cheated by the gunas? The puruṣaḥ, prakriti stopi, bhunte prakriti jan guna. Puruṣaḥ means this. We are not puruṣas. The jiva is said to be the marginal energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Madhyastha Shakti is not Shaktiman. All the living entities are marginal energy. Jivera Swarupohoir Nityara Krishnadas, Krishnera Tatashta Shakti, Veda Abhed Prakash. We have oneness as well as difference both. Oneness means qualitative oneness and quantitative difference. We are so minute and insignificant that we have virtual no place of existence in this whole material creation, which is simply beyond our imagination. Yesterday we touched upon microcosm and macrocosm. Both are so deep and complicated that we cannot understand. And the jiva is placed because that is the place of confinement by the three modes of material nature. How these three modes of material nature came about? Because there are two opposing factors that separates him from Lord Krishna's realm, and these are two, ichcha and dvesh. separate desire to roll over and hate towards Krishna. So living entity loses his position. He falls into this material world where he will be educated by Prakriti. Because she is actually doer under the direction of Lord Krishna, and we think, we enjoy. But she is making us dance according to the three modes of material nature, that she pulls a string and we are off the track. You saw that beautiful picture, Bhagavad Gita, Mother Nature handling the jivas with the string, like a puppet in the nature. I hope it is still there, because they changed the pictures. I cannot find it. You may see somewhere else in the book. But you remember what I'm saying. All right? Like a puppet here, Prakriti is making everybody to work according to the modes of material nature. So these three modes are direct reflections, which are perverted reflections of Sat Chit Anand, our original nature. Sat means eternality, Chit means full knowledgeability, and Anand means blissful condition. And Krishna is reviving us, just like the spark is falling off from the main fire and extinguishes. But somebody is trying to pick up that extinguished little ash and put back into the fire and rekindle it. That's the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And we rekindled. But again, with the habit, we misuse that opportunity also. Only in human form of life we are able to, understand. If we try to understand this dilemma, even Vyasadeva has. He surrenders to his spiritual master. He knows the quality of spiritual master. He glorifies accordingly. That because you worship the Creator and the destroyer of the material world and the maintainer of the spiritual world, the original personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to the three modes of material nature. We have not yet become transcendental to three modes of material nature. Why? Because puruṣaḥ, the false puruṣaḥ. I'm not a puruṣaḥ, but puruṣaḥ means an enjoyer. We came in this material world to enjoy the exploits of the resources of material nature. So puruṣaḥ prakritisto api. He is situated within the realm of Prakriti, who is making him dance, and he thinks he is the enjoyer. Ahankara vimudhatma. So, as long as we are under the shelter of Prakriti and are dancing according to modes of material nature, sattva, raja and tama, which are directly reflections, opposite reflections of Sat Chit Anand modes. What's the big deal to become a good person? Prabhupada said, if you are a gentleman, a good person, this material world is not for you. You should always make a way out. Try to get out from it, never to come back. So this is the glorification of this. But how we are being cheated, it is further explained. Puruṣaḥ prakritistopi bhakte prakriti jan guna karanam guna sangasya sadasadyoni janmashu. The association of the three modes of material nature is the real cause that we come in the material way and stay for some time and again go and again. As long as we are in association with the modes of material nature. So we have to select out association. We have to select out association. It's not that we can select anybody and everybody where our modes are completely out of control. So, actually this is a cheating experience. How we are being cheated? Guna guneshu vartayanti iti dharya. The gunas are reacting with the same gunas. We are compelled by the three modes of material nature. And overall three modes of material nature are the real control. So any object that we want to enjoy, which is made up of the three modes of material nature, and three modes of material nature are interacting, and you think you are the enjoyer. Isn't it foolish? They are the interaction of the three gunas. I have nothing to do with it. Means the soul has to come to this point of realization that I have to come out from the effect of the three modes of material nature. That's my first job. So, Vyasadeva was not independent to know this fact. But Narad Muni is glorified because he is the transcendental, what you call informant, messenger, or of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He doesn't need a visa to go to anywhere. He can travel at his will. Just for the benefit of the person. Can you imagine such a person? He can incite so much nefarious activities to Kansa to perform. Kansa, whom you are afraid, he is already born. 8 days back, just to make sure. Kill all the children who are born 10 days back, so you will be sure. He advises, Narad Muni advises Kansa to kill all the children of Raja. But only intention that Krishna, who is already born, please expedite the departure of this demon, Kansa, his own maternal uncle. So the devotees, they are not materially related. They are supposed to be coming out from the material relation and establish spiritual relation. So when any problem comes, we need to relate through spirituality only. Therefore, all material problems can be solved only by spiritual solution. There is no material solution because it is the effect of the three modes and it will make you completely frustrated. So, Srila Prabhupada says that a person who is 100% engaged in service of the Lord is the emblem of all knowledge. Emblem of all knowledge. Because there are 3 levels of knowledge that shows how much secret they are. Prabhupada said about guhya, guhyatara and guhyatamam. Guhya means secret or very deep knowledge. But guhyatara is more deeper. But guhyatamam means the deepest. And he is interested to tell this most confidential knowledge to Arjuna, because he is not envious. This is the only qualification required. Idam tu te guhyam paramam madbhakteshu vidhāśati. Param guhyam. Bhakti mayi param krutva. That is the topmost devotional service. In that you will be able to render to me. Sṛjati natra samṣaya. There is no doubt about it. And tasman manusyeshu kaschinne priyakritama. Out of all this, idam guhyatamam madbhakteshu vidhāśyati, if he reveals to the devotees. Guhyam, or the most confidential knowledge, should not be taught to those who are not practitioners of Krishna consciousness. Bhakti is such a reserved qualification that Krishna himself will come and tell. The most confidential knowledge. It's revealed through the heart. The spiritual master is also known that revelation because he has seen the truth. He has seen the truth. Seen the truth means he has been revealed the truth. Revealed means who reveals? University professor does not reveal this truth. But the spiritual master can reveal this truth. So, Narad Muni was having the perfect qualification of a pure devotee who is qualified, and Vyasadeva accepts this qualification, and requests him. One may argue that, Vyasadeva wrote all these things, but then he should have known better. Yes, he should have known. But if you see the history and compulsion on Vyasadev's was also very astonishing. He was supposed to be the father of all the precursor father of Pandavas and Kauravas. Vyasadeva. He was son of Parashar Muni. And he was taught by his father about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then whom do you call Bhagavān? The one who is full of 6 opulences. Bhaga means Aishwarya, opulences. One means one who possesses. His father taught that to Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva is thus realized that who is that personality who can claim all the opulences that he has in full? Rajneesh can become Bhagwan without opulences, 99 Rolls Royce, that's good enough? No. It's a laughable stock, isn't it? But people are still, still worshipping him. So, a devotee like Narad can act wonderfully by his spiritual perfection which every individual is trying to attain, even slowly, or somebody says fast. But yet, Narad Muni is not equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are loose terms of addressing anybody who is as perfect, but he is not the creator, maintainer, or destroyer. He knows, so the secret of all secrets in devotional service is known to the non-envious person. That is okay. But it doesn't make him the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is a recipient of that most secret knowledge, and he must be performing to keep that status of the perfected being. And you may call him Bhagavān, which is what we call underestimation of the word. Because our poor fund of knowledge of ordinary person who doesn't have any entry into the intricacies of performance of devotional service can start calling Bhagavān. Even a Jadugar can become Bhagavān. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is not accepting these faulty perceptions. The function of the Guru is to pick where it hurts. Where it hurts. And the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, is known, if he looks at you, your heart will start shivering. And the mood in which he will be appreciating the devotee is very well understood if you read Lilamrita. You can meditate upon Prabhupada's behavior. It is transcendental. Even in light mood of the early devotees not having much knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, but they have full faith in Srila Prabhupada and they joined it, And when they started San Francisco storefront temple near Ashbury, there was a devotee called Paritrikananda, and he remembers the old reminiscing, very funny approaches than a refined devotee of today. That there were about 40 devotees, and they are all in different shapes and sizes, and lookouts also, and there was only one bathroom, and they have to line up, They wake up early, and Karandar was the president at that time. And Karandar made sure that everybody has a limited time. He counts 1, 2, 10, and he should be out of the bathroom. But he made sure that everybody attends Mangalarti. Everybody attends Mangalarti. And these devotees are overworked because Srila Prabhupada was coming and the storefront was very shabby, and they have to make it tidy, they have to fix up Prabhupada's room, a little decency, like that. And they were all overworked. They will do everything, whatever they say. Even though they don't know, they will do it. It's such a spontaneous, affection for Srila Prabhupada was there, that these devotees barely be able to chant their rounds. So, even though they appear in Mangalarti, they are always under the pressure of Maya. If they happen to close their eyes, it is considered, what a big relief. But the situation is turning into a very hilarious situation. That they are supposed to jump and dance, right? Jumping was very common. If somebody doesn't jump, then he will be taken to the task, right? So, they will jump and close their eyes till they touch the ground. They think it's a big relief from the drowsiness, Simply when they have a chance to close their eyes. Other times, somebody will shave them up, big hair, hippie hair. So they have big shikhas to be kept. Shikhas are not supposed to be cut. So that little tuft of hair, but a huge tuft of hair, and they will look actually weird. But people have band-aids, tapes also, because the same blade would be used for all 40 people to be shaved. Right? So it was not a refined situation, but devotees tolerated such inconveniences of, just to attend Mangalarti, as if they are forced. They were looking before also zombies, and afterwards also, they were not much refined devotees, but they did the job. They did without any anticipation, and such a devotional service is always taken into account. But because Srila Prabhupada is the person, anybody who is very near to him is given immense benefit. At what extent one is able to digest all this mercy, it depends upon the person. But Prabhupada was very unreserved. He was liberal. He was very liberal. And devotees would understand the sincerity of Srila Prabhupada and impose a regulative principle upon him. They mean it. They mean it. So, this is what the dilemma even for Vyasadeva, that he did so much to benefit the society, but it is devoid of glorification of Lord Shri Krishna, the doer. So gradually, even from the mouth of Vyasadeva, the glorification of Narada Muni is coming in order to understand the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is it is said here that eightfold perfections of mystic power, the Ashtasiddhi, Anima, Lagima, Mahima, Prapti, Ishita, Vashita, Prakamya, all these Ashtasiddhis are nothing but fig in front of the achievement of pure devotion. So, these Ashtasiddhis constitute very little of his godly opulence. So, therefore, a devotee like Narad can act wonderfully by his spiritual perfection, which every individual is trying for that kind of perfection to possess, but they end up only in physical achievement. And there is a famous chopai of Hanuman Chalisa. It says, Asta Siddhi Navanidhi Ke Data Asabir Janaki Mata. Asta Siddhi, Hanuman, you have achieved Asta Siddhi. Oh, you can also give me Asta Siddhi. But Hanuman knew how to utilize his Asta Siddhi, and you do not know. Alright? He used in service of Sri Ramchandra. Because ultimately all the siddhis, all the perfections belong to him. Even the demons will snatch away some siddhis and they use against the Supreme Lord. So, how one uses the resources of the Creator for not enhancing the creation. He has done perfect job. But how would you understand all the major role players of this creation? Maya, Lord Shiva's position in controlling Maya, false ego, all this. That is the real, learning that we have to do. And they are not simply demigods, but they are also spiritual, infused devotees. So how do you look at them, is the real question. But Narada Muni is a demigod. He is counted amongst the demigods. He is also counted as one of the avatars. And first canto he will be enumerated in one of the 24 avatars. His name is there. So the idea is that one who is infused with pure devotional service, they can be given any thankless task to perform. And the devotees see this. Even Durga Devi, she has a thankless task to do. But she is doing on behalf of Lord Shri Krishna's instruction. Therefore, she is called Narayani. From the demon family, Yaksha family, the treasurer of the demigods is Kuber. He is coming from Yaksha family. And from Yamaraj is from another Yaksha family. But they are counted amongst the demigods. Otherwise, by birth, Prahlad was a demon, right? But now he is the pure devotee. We follow him. So, the secret lies in the farthest extent of the knowledge of pure devotional service. And Krishna is willingly revealing it, but to non-envious person. So, if we want to really make a progress in our performance in devotional service, seek the association of a proper devotee who is advanced in spiritual knowledge, and you can have association. Otherwise, we'll be cheated. So anybody has any question or comments?
What did we do wrong?
Can you speak again?
Why we have been cheated, so badly? All the time, every time we are taking birth, go back, come back again. We have been cheated all the time. So what should we do now?
Can somebody repeat after?
How is it that we're getting cheated?
Can't hear, Prabhu.
All the time, from one birth after another, birth after birth.
Where is, Prabhu, can you remind me to wear my earphones, hearing aid? All right. It's troublesome. Who has louder voice? Can shout?
The question is, birth after birth, we're getting cheated.
Right?
And so how do we overcome this?
Why we are being cheated? Because yam vapis param bhavam tejantyante kalevaram tam tamantaveti so sada tad bhava pavita. It's repeated because we are always being dictated by the modes of material nature. How to overcome the three modes of material nature? By cultivating the transcendental mode. Tantakale mameva smaran utva kalevaram saprayati madhbhavam jati natar samshaya. If we remember Krishna, his transcendental nature, cultivate through bhakti the same transcendental nature, we are in connection with it. So we'll never come back. Repeated birth and death. Mam upetyato kaunteya dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramāvata. The best achievement, samsiddhim, samagra siddhi, not asta siddhi. All the perfection will be achieved by achieving the path shown by Lord Krishna to perform his devotional service. Once you achieve mamupetyatukam, you will never come back in the material world. So our target is Krishna. And Krishna can be only understood through Krishna consciousness. Krishna's consciousness, not our consciousness. We cannot understand. So we have to understand the terms and conditions to develop those essential elements of Krishna's consciousness through Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna shows the way. But if we are rebellious, or we say, oh, I'm illiterate, I do not know, then listen, you will become literate. And implement. So in the degree of your faith, you will advance. But you cannot be limited. Your soul is desiring to go back home, back to Godhead, to Krishna, so you will stop the repeated birth and death. Right? But this is the way. So, Krishna is not an ordinary man like us, that he is available at our disposal and we can reject him anytime if he doesn't do any favor to us. Actually, devotional service tells other way around. Yasyaham anugrahanami harishyetat. If I want to show my mercy to somebody, I will pull him out from all the opulences. I will snatch away. The death is a snatching agent. So, we cannot be friends with the three modes of material nature. It will stick us only in the muck of material nature, come back repeatedly. Therefore, this human form of life is a very suitable boat to cross over the repeated birth and death. Human body is a very suitable boat. The favorable wind is called Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And if you have spiritual master, he should be at the steering wheel. And he should, steer your life. He will save you from all accidents. So this is the wake-up call. Repeated birth and death. That is the bodily conception of life. We are not these bodies, we are spirit soul. But we are confined in this body. We have to liberate ourselves. Means the spirit soul should be liberated. And it is you who will be liberating. We are not here in the bodily conception permanently. Our position should keep on changing and changing and changing. And we should, liberate us from all obligations. How do you do that? Where no obligation should be there. Sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parirattikrityam. Otherwise we are indebted. Devarshi bhutapta nirnam pitrunam ankinkaro narpatim charajan sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parirattikrityam. One who takes utter shelter of Lord Shri Krishna alone, no others to be taken shelter. And material bodies cannot give you permanent shelter. Of course, some practical means are there, how to take shelter gradually. Because the bodies are supposed to be nurtured, sheltered for protection. So there are recommendations, and that's how the material life and obligations of material life begins. So the system is existing, but the purpose of system is forgotten. So we have to rekindle the understanding for the purpose that we are trying to achieve is not normally done by ignorant people. How can we remain ignorant? If we are a well-wisher of our own selves, then the system is there. Any other question? All right. Thank you very much, Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the class. Thank you so much. Just want to let everybody know that, I think most of us know, but Maharaj will be giving a class this evening at the Sunday feast that will be at 6 o'clock, Maharaj, that class, followed by Kirtan. Also, Maharaj will be